Okay, welcome back. In this video, we can look at how to format the questions, correct? So all the questions that you enter here, or the elaborative answer that you enter here, so mostly we'll be adding questions of the type multiple choice or single choice, right? Choose one or choose multiple. So these are the types of questions that we would be adding. And once you add this choose multiple, you have an option button here in which you can keep adding how much ever choices the question has. And all these fields, right? So these fields have a format, right? So it can understand certain format. So that format, for example, I have just added, and if you see okay, there's some triggering issue. So if we go back and come back, so see that, right? So instead of telling this my question, this is my answer one. So two. So you can see this is my question and these are my answers. So so you can see the live preview, right? So it understands certain formats. So if you see that there is a hash before it, and it understands that as a format, and then it makes it a it makes it of type title, right? So the format that it understands at all these fields, right? At the option field, in the elaborative answer field, and in the question field. So that format is called as a markdown format, right? So in an email you should receive a link to markdown how to, but then so there is this website. I can show you a live preview of how markdown works. So for example, okay, so this is a title. So a title starts with a, so you can if you want to give a title, right, a title can start with a hash and a space. So space is important. If you don't have the space, it doesn't become a title. See that, right? So you need to give us there needs to be a space between a hash and the word, right? And the hash should be in the first of the line, right? And then so the markdown format supports heading 1, and then heading 2, and then heading 3. So sorry, heading 3 should be 3 hashes, heading 4 should be 4 hashes, and so on, right? So I think it recognizes some 6 or 7. We never use like that, but you can use it for formatting. Like you can use it if you want something to be standing out, or a title or a topic of the particular paragraph. You can use headings, and you can judicially use, like sometimes you don't want to put it in a block code, so block letters. So if you want a h4 or h5, you can use them, right? And then bulleted lists, right? So if you want bullets, right? So generally it is like a space followed by a dash, right? And a space followed by a star also would work, right? So star and dashes are separate lists, right? But so once you start with a dash, you should stick on with the dash, or if you start with a star, you should stick with a star, right? So if you see that since I changed from dash to star character, it went to the next it gave a little bit more space here, right? So So the important thing is like list contains space, a double space in this case, and then a dash or a star. And you can also have numbered lists, right? So numbered lists are again spaces, two spaces followed by the number, right? So you should not be entering 1 2 3. The counting would be done by the markdown format itself. You can keep entering 1, right? I hope you got it, right? Hope you understood the format. So again you need to have a space, and then it also supports intended text with what is the greater than symbol. And then you can have links. You can, if you want to refer to some web page, you can do that. So that is if you see, that's image. Do we have an image here? Oh yeah, that's image. This image. Okay, and build status. So they have a link to the image, but you can have a link to anything, a text also. That's this text. If you want, I can change the text and show that instead of John, I can write my name. Okay, so this is a different one. I think it has a footnote, and then that's the reason that it's able to identify that with a particular name, right? So that's a different format. We may not be use it at all. And then you can write some code if you want. So this is a shell code. This is a programming language code. So that is we may not be using, but we may be required to use a table. So this is how you create tables. So you have pipe as the the cell the cell separator, right? And then you have this is a head this particular kind of line separates the heading from the body. And you can have right aligned, left aligned. So all these things can be made to be right aligned by just putting a colon here and then get right aligned. So if you want it to be centered, then you need to put colon in the front and in the back, and so now you see it's centered, right? If you want it to be left aligned, then if you have left colon, it'll be left aligned, right? And you can have the normal thing, you have images, or you can have the links, however you want, as per your need. So that's the major thing about the markdown format. And yeah, we may use only very small subset of the markdown format, right? Yeah, in the next video we'll see about how to add a question.